Maine educators are asking lawmakers for higher pay. They say low pay has led to staffing shortages across the state. Members of the Maine Education Association gathered inside the State House to push legislators to fund two bills they think would address the problem. The MEA says there's over 7,000 certified teachers in Maine who are choosing not to teach, and districts can't hire for crucial support staff positions like ed techs, bus drivers, and custodians. LD 974 would increase wages for school support staff, while LD 1064, which passed the House and Senate last session, would increase the minimum salary for teachers to $50,000 per year.
Don't get me wrong, as teachers, we have one of the coolest and most fun jobs in the world. We love our kids, but we also deserve to make a livable wage and be fairly compensated for our time, just like any other hard-working Mainer.
Lawmakers say LD 974 would cost roughly $14 million, while numbers on LD 1064 are still being ironed out. There is optimism that legislators will fund both bills, as there seems to be enough bipartisan support.